Hey everyone, good evening. I'm not sure when I'll post this video. I guess maybe a day or two from now, or tomorrow, I don't know. Today is August 6th, 2020, and today I released a video, a message on YouTube about whether or not we should wear masks for COVID. It was a channeled message I received. By the way, I really don't have a point for this video. I don't even know what I'm going to share. But I appreciate you if you decide to watch this and just listen to what I have to say. So today is August 6th, and my uncle passed away on August 4th. And, it's been a bit of a roller coaster of emotions the last couple of days. Sometimes I'm just broken down into tears. And then other times I am fine and I'm okay, like I'm good. And then I'll break down again. I'm just all over the place with my emotions, but I'm definitely more stable than I've ever been when it comes to these kinds of things. I'm not too familiar with loss, with grieving. The first time I had to grieve was last year when my cat passed, and she moved on because it was time for her to go. She was only about 8 years old and had been healthy most of her life. But she didn't need to be around for me anymore, and it was her time to go. And it hurt me so bad because I had left Peru for Colombia 2 weeks before, and she unexpectedly got suddenly ill. Her back leg stopped working. My dad took her to the vet, and the next day she was gone. And I was just devastated because I wasn't there for her. And I felt like she wasn't alone, but I just wasn't there with her. And I couldn't do anything for her. I was doing my best to do healing and everything, but it was her time to move on, and I had a really hard time getting over her loss because she had been with me, from the time she was a baby, and was my one constant through all the difficult things that I have lived through here in Peru. I was by myself and had so many ups and downs, and she was always there for me to comfort me and to be there for me. And I got to talk to her spirit because I had a lot of guilt that I had from not being able to be with her. And I talked to her spirit, and she helped me to release that guilt, that shame that I felt. And that was the first time I experienced loss in my life from someone or an animal close to me. And I was going through my dark night of the soul when she passed, and was just so focused on healing work and not really doing much on my business. And it was just so hard. It was so hard to do anything business-wise because I was just going through so much. And then on top of that, she had to go. And since then, I've done so much deep healing. I've come back more to who I truly am and aligned with God, with the universe, whatever you want to call the higher power, so much more. And I'm in a much better place. But my uncle passed unexpectedly. And it was in less than 2 weeks, he just got really bad and would get a little bit better and then really bad again and a little bit better. And next thing you know, he was, had some tubes going down his throat or whatever. And all of a sudden he was gone. And I've been doing my best to move through my emotions, because this is the first time I lose a human in my life. And I intellectually understand, we're all energy, we never really die, blah, 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 all that stuff. I get it. But we're still human. And we're here to feel emotions. We're here to have this human experience. And I'm just doing my best to go through everything I'm feeling. So the night that I got the news that he had passed, I was crying. I was really sad. I kept thinking of just the fact that I didn't get to see him one last time because of COVID. Because 2 weeks after I got back home to Peru, quarantine happened, and I hadn't really been able to see my family at all this whole time, even though I'm in my country. I've only been able to see my dad one day about a month ago, and everyone else I haven't been able to see. So the last time I got to see my uncle was last year, right before I left for Colombia. And we actually were out celebrating my cousin's birthday. We went to the south of the city of Lima. We had a great weekend together, and I have some really beautiful memories of my uncle from that weekend. But it just really hit me that I wasn't able to see him before he left. And I wasn't able to see him since being here in Peru. And I could see him so clearly. That night when I was taking a shower, I just could, just like my cat, I could see every detail of his face. I could see facial expressions he used to make, and I could hear his voice, and just so many things. And I just felt so much pain, so much sadness that he left unexpectedly. And just like that, he was one of the people that, just went too soon. Never, you would have never thought, he would just go. And the next day, August 5th, I woke up so sad. And I just wanted to just lay in bed all day. Because I just wanted to not do anything, But I have things I gotta do. I'm a business owner, and I have things that I want to take action on to fulfill my purpose and to help those that I'm meant to help, and just certain things that I want to show up for. But I was just feeling so bad because I would be calm for a little bit, and then I'd cry, calm, and then cry. And then I just got to the point where I was like, I can't stay like this. If I stay like this, I'm going to get buried under my emotions. And there's nothing wrong with grieving. Everyone has their own, process and experience. And I think it's going to be different from person to person, depending on so many factors in your life. But, I'm responsible for myself, and I'm responsible for my clients, and I'm responsible for, paying all my things and doing what I have to do business-wise. And, I'm not here to tell anyone how to grieve at all. And I think everyone needs to figure out that balance that works for them when it comes to grieving. But for me, I was like, I can't just be here and cry and be sad all day long. Like, I'm not repressing my emotions, but I know that that's not what I'm meant to be doing right now. I know that right now, more than ever, I'm supposed to be processing my emotions while still embracing my strength and my resiliency. And if you watch my weekly energy reading, I do weekly energy readings on Facebook every Monday. I upload them to YouTube on Tuesdays now. So you can follow me on whichever platform you're on. Find me as Stef Coaching. But I talked about how this week I heard we're going to have challenges. And I communicated the message in the nicest possible way. But if you can read between the lines, basically that whole message is all about us being tested. And everyone is feeling that on some level. And I know for me right now, with where I'm at in my path and my journey, I've been really getting aligned with God, with the universe, with my purpose. And I've been talking to God. Telling God how, I'm not going to keep holding myself back from my true power and not really being in my leadership role, not really being in the energy that I know I'm supposed to show up in, that I'm gonna make those serious changes. I'm going to, show up differently and more powerfully and confidently in all the things that I need to do to be that version of myself. Because the truth of the matter is that when you do work like I do, when you're a psychic, when you're a healer, when you're holding, you're doing so much energy work, not just for yourself, but for other people, clients and stuff. You need to be able to energetically have a strong container to do the kind of work that I do. And that container needs to be strong enough to hold space for myself while holding space for my clients. My clients that are in Soul Aligned Impact, they know what I'm talking about. And I was actually recently teaching them on leadership from a soul aligned place. And so I've been talking to God, and I've been like, no, I'm gonna really be able to move through the powerful things that show up in my life, my lessons, my things, and I'm not gonna feel overwhelmed by it anymore. I'm gonna really step into my power and handle that like the boss that I am, and keep moving forward and keep showing up for all the things that I'm supposed to be showing up in as I'm handling my own stuff on my, in my personal life. And I've been doing that, and this week I know that I'm being tested. And for anyone who might misunderstand my words, because what I'm learning a lot recently is people will often misunderstand other people's words. And so I want to provide clarification before someone might take my words out of context. I don't believe that God tests anyone, but we come here to learn certain lessons, and to learn those lessons, we put ourselves through certain experiences that test us to see if we learn those lessons. And so right now I know I'm being tested with the loss of my uncle to see if I am going to curl up in a ball and feel overwhelmed and feel like I can't do anything. You know, I can't really do much beyond the stuff that, you know, I'm doing, like my personal healing and my immediate business things, or if I'm going to rise up into my power and not just move myself through all of this and still show up for my clients, but also continue to show up in other areas for my business. You know, there's things that I'm doing right now, like I'm going to be announcing changes to my Facebook group soon. And, you know, the old part of me is like, screw it, don't announce those changes until next week when you feel better. And the old me wants to put off a lot of things until I feel better and all that stuff. And I know that I'm being tested to see if I rise up into my power or not. And that's why I've been feeling like I can't just curl up in a ball or stay, you know, in bed under the covers and just cry all day long, you know. Like I said, everyone's grieving process is different. You got to do what works for you. But for me, I feel like I know exactly what's going on here and I have to rise up. And so on August 5th, the day after my uncle passed and I was having that rough morning, I wanted to go out running to kind of clear my head and shift my energy, but it was raining outside and I was like, oh, doesn't surprise me. I'm crying my eyes out. I'm feeling sad. Of course, I'm going to have crap weather because I literally feel like the weather reflects my emotions. And so I decided, you know, instead of the running, I would stay home and do yoga instead. Something lighter rather than pushing myself and forcing myself, because that's what I think I need to do. You know, I can still take care of myself, but in a gentler way. I can still do my physical activities or exercise or whatever, but in a gentler way. So I did yoga instead. But then I just kept crying and just I was all off and I didn't know what to do. And I was like, I know I need to be moving forward, but I'm having trouble. And I was like calling on everyone, like God, universe, guides, everyone, my uncle. I was like, please help me. Because I can't stay this way. I need to move forward. I know I do. I need to move past this. I can't stay stuck here crying all day. And I went to take a shower to wash my face and just get dressed, you know. I think a shower really helps a lot when you're going through rough things like that. Helps you shift energy and that kind of stuff. And I was like, yeah, I'm just going to get dressed. I'm going to put my makeup on. Hopefully I feel better. And then I'll sit down and start my day. And as I did that, as I was putting my makeup on, the sun came out. And I love being outside. I love being out in the sun. And right now we're in winter in Lima. And it's really, it's just been a really, you know, crazy week lately. The sun hasn't come out much. It's been kind of gray, but like not bad. Just like clear, cool, gray days with sometimes a little bit of sun, but not much. And but then, yeah, that morning it was like a rainy day and it was a crap day. It was like a typical winter day in Lima. And, you know, anyway, the sun came out and I was like, oh my God, yes, like my prayers have been answered. My uncle's looking after me, like they answered me. And I got my notebook because good weather also influences your mood. It helps you to lift your spirits in a way. And I know that's what I really needed to do the work that I needed to do. And so I went out and I was in the park nearby. I'm just a few meters from the ocean where I'm at right now. And I just lay there on the grass and I channeled on a bunch of things I needed to channel for. I'm currently offering this new service that my guides asked me to provide people. It's a psychic business planning strategy session, and I was channeling for a client. And I was just really excited about that, and I just felt so good, and the sun was just so hot. So hot and bright. Like, I have not felt a sunny day like that since we were able to start going outside again. Because I missed the summer here in Lima because we were in quarantine the whole time. So it's been winter since we've been able to go out, and it was just so hot. I even got a tan because I was wearing like overall shorts, and so I got like a shorts tan because it was just so hot, and it was so sunny like for the majority of the day, like never before. And so just so warm and so amazing. What a beautiful day it was. And I just took it as my uncle. My uncle was looking after me. And he's helping me, you know, among all the other beings that help me to do the work that I do. And they want me to succeed, and they want to help me step into my power and to be the powerful leader that I am, and to show myself that I can do all this stuff. You know, I can continue to move through these difficult times and still show up powerfully for people. So I just took it as my uncle letting me know it's going to be okay and that he's with me. And it was just such a beautiful gift. Such a beautiful, beautiful gift to have experienced. And today I woke up better. You know, it's August 6th, 2 days later. I woke up better. But there were moments in my day where, you know, friends were checking in on me. And I would tell them things, and then, I don't know, by talking to them, I would start crying. And then, like, right now, you know, I was just looking at just my uncle's picture, and I can't believe that he's gone. You know, I think it's when you expect certain people to go because of like certain illnesses or maybe age or something, it's not such a surprise. You know, you're kind of a little bit emotionally prepared for it because you're kind of like anticipating it. Whereas when it's those people that you don't expect to go and they're just gone all of a sudden, I think that's what's really difficult. And the crazy thing about it is that like a week before, I had a crazy dream. I think it was like my first night at this place. And I had a dream, and in my dream, for some reason, both of my parents were gone, and I was crying and telling myself, like, I thought I had more time. I thought I had more time, and I woke up crying. And then this happens. So I just wanted to share that. Like I said, I don't really have a whole point for this video, but I want to share with all of you is that it's not easy being an entrepreneur and running your business and showing up for that and showing up for your clients and all that stuff while handling personal life things. It's not easy. It takes sometimes a bit of I don't even know how to explain it. It takes time sometimes to build up to being able to handle all of that, you know? And I think when you're especially a spiritual entrepreneur, a healer, you may have heard me say this before in the past, but the fact of the matter is that we are different from more, I guess, traditional or mainstream entrepreneurs out there. because we do healing and energy work, and we're moving forward towards greater levels of soul growth and the things that show up in our lives to help us to grow in those ways and become who we need to be to do the work that we're here to do aren't easy. And sometimes it takes time to learn how to become strong in yourself to handle those personal things that you're going through and still showing up powerfully in your business and doing the work that you're doing and being able to work with clients. Like, it's a bit different. So it takes time. So if you're just starting out as a spiritual entrepreneur, be gentle on yourself. Don't expect yourself to be able to just be like so strong right off the bat and be able to do all of these different things and compare yourself to other entrepreneurs out there. Like, I don't know how else to explain it, because I feel like my words might get taken out of context, but I guess I shouldn't worry about that. That's something I'm learning. I'm learning to just let go of how people might take my words. I think the more you're here to raise consciousness, the more you're here to help people evolve spiritually, the more you're here to help people heal, the more intense your life will be. And that's not to discount anyone else's personal life challenges or experiences, because we all go through them on some level. But it's a little bit different for spiritual entrepreneurs, because we have to walk these really challenging paths sometimes to do the work that we're here to do. And so while you're walking that path, you're going to find your strength, you're going to find your courage, your resiliency, your power. You're going to build that up again and again. And as you build that up, you're going to be able to hold space for more clients, for bigger projects, for just more things in general for you to make your impact. But it's this process that you have to build up to. So last year, with my cat passing, my little animal guardian, I was devastated, and it was just so hard. And I was also just in a very difficult moment in my life. I was going through so much healing already. It just felt like so much. And I just had to focus the majority of my energy, my time, my efforts on me and show up very little for business things. But I've took myself through that whole process. I became stronger internally, more aligned with who I am, more deeply connected to my faith. And as a result of that, I'm stronger inside of myself today. So now that I'm experiencing another loss, it still hurts. It's still painful. My emotions are still a little bit out of whack, but I'm handling it so much better than the last time. I'm still able to do amazing things and show up for my business. I was still able to do that YouTube video for today, which, by the way, I had to record live today because I recorded it yesterday, and I loved the video I recorded yesterday. I spoke from my heart. It just felt so right to me. But then when I was transferring the video file from my phone to my laptop or whatever, I don't know, there were a bunch of extra takes that I had taken or whatever, and I just went and deleted the ones that I thought didn't matter. And when I uploaded them to my laptop, I noticed I was missing a clip and I had deleted it and I had no way of getting it back. And I like spent like an hour and a half, 2 hours trying to figure out how to recover that file. And I couldn't get it. And then I was just like, you know what, screw it. I'm just going to do it live. And I wasn't even really fully happy with the video I did today live, to be honest, because it just didn't feel the same as the video I recorded yesterday. But I was like, you know what, I just want to get this message out there. And I hope it helps someone in some kind of way. And I'm just going to say what I need to say. And, you know, I was still able to do that video. I was still able to have a client session today with that psychic business planning strategy session. And it was amazing. It was amazing to do. It was really fun. I had a really great time speaking to that person. And I just did other things that I did what I could today. And I tried to live my life as best as I could. I even met today with my personal stylist because I'm going to change my look and bring it into alignment with how I feel inside. And I don't know about fashion, so she's helping me with that because I don't know about those things. But I try to live my life as normally as I could and to just move forward. And yeah, you know, I was gonna go and take a shower right now, but I felt inspired to talk about this to really show you, like, this is what entrepreneurship is really like. You're not just gonna be able to just all of a sudden work on your business and then that's it. And oh yeah, no, you're like a human being, not just growing this business, building this business, working with people, creating content, whatever it is, showing up for the business in the different ways in which you need to. But you also have your personal life that you have to learn how to handle, to navigate, to, you know, do. So anyway, it's not easy, but it's worth it. And the more that you become stronger inside of yourself, the more that you will be able to really handle these difficulties that show up along the way with so much more ease and grace. And that is the focus of my message, I guess, today. So I really hope that this has helped you. I send you all so much love. I appreciate you hanging out with me today. If you watched this, thank you so much for all of your love and support. And I will be seeing you around somewhere online tomorrow, I guess, with another post or something. Or maybe you've already seen other posts before this. I have no idea, but just showing up, doing my best to do my business things while moving through my stuff. Thank you so much, everyone, for your love, for your time, for your support. I appreciate you so much. And I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.